Kids, excuse the gravelly voice. I'm not feeling all that great today. But I did want to share something with you. And the theme of this particular video is going to be Sarah, because I finally brought Sarah around the world with me, because I just went around the world and it was fun. So there's a story that I have about this song. And then the follow-up song, which when I get home, I listen to Gypsy, both Feetwood Mac, both sung by Stevie Nicks. I found these songs on a trip on Eastern Airlines that I took back in the 80s. It was playing on their stereo. I don't know if you remember the old-time stereos on airplanes that used to have the pneumatic plugs in your ears, and they played on a loop, music on a loop. So this song happened to be, both of those songs actually happened to be on this loop. And Sarah happened to play every time I flew from Los Angeles to Miami, Miami to Montego Bay, from Kingston to Miami, and from Miami to Los Angeles. And it happened on every flight that Sarah happened to play every time the plane took off. Now, on that fateful journey to Jamaica from Los Angeles, I was brutally gang raped by somebody I trusted. And I learned a huge lesson then. And because of that memory, I always listen to Sarah. It reminds me to be extra careful when I travel. And it brings me back to reality that sometimes people lie. And they try to take advantage of you, and they'll try to kill you. So that's why I listen to that song every time I travel. I have never got on a plane since I got back from Jamaica. Never, ever once gotten on a plane or a train or a bus or anything else without that song. Whether it be on cassette in my little, back in the Sony days, or on a disc. And now I have my Kindle, and it's on my Kindle, and I listen to it every single day. Not only when planes take off, which I do every time, but also every day when I travel, sometimes several times a day. It keeps me grounded, which is important. And it also, I feel, keeps me safe, because I have not been brutally gang raped and nearly killed since then. So, yay for me, and yay for Sarah. Now, Gypsy is the song that I come back to because the floor that I love. And that's my house. Always has been. Wherever I'm living. My house is my house. It's my castle. It's my kingdom. It's everything to me. And I've worked hard for it. And I love my house. So it's nice to leave every once in a while. But having a house is a great thing. Now, I was talking to my best friend, and we were talking about what an asshole I am, because I am an asshole. I mean, I can be really nice, really, really nice, but I can also be a real asshole. And as I've grown older, my charm is starting to wear thin, and more of my asshole is coming out. But I try very hard when I travel, everywhere I've ever traveled, to treat people exceptionally nice. Because the one time I traveled and got brutally gang raped and nearly killed had a profound effect on my life. And the fact that my parents were such challenging people, and my little brother was such a challenging person, and treated me so special, all that combined could have made me very jaded. And I didn't want it to make me jaded. What I wanted it to do was to give me an inspiration to be nice to people in profound ways without expecting anything, without wanting anything, without needing anything. Just to be nice. Because you'd be amazed in my country and around the world how little trust there is in people. And for me, I try to leave that as my little calling card. Someone was nice to you for no particular reason, just because. And if we all treated each other that way, then life would be so much better now, wouldn't it? So it's my little way of contributing and living my existence, living my belief structure by doing that. And I'm doing my part. I'm living like I would want to treat, like I would want to be treated. I'm treating others like I'd want to be treated. And the songs, both of them, help me. Now, Gypsy usually reminds me that I left the calling card and that some of these people will fade away. Some might not. Most do, eventually. Most fade away. And that's okay. We cross each other's paths for a reason. And we get to know each other for a reason. And then we walk out of each other's lives for reasons. And that's perfectly okay. I've learned a long time ago that you have to let things go. But you always have a memory. And I'll always have a memory of every travel I've ever taken since I was a little kid, even before the rape. So that's what I wanted to say today. I wanted to explain that story that I posted earlier on Facebook. I put a little quip in there about why, that there's a story behind Sarah, but there's also a story behind Gypsy. So those are the stories. And I just wanted to share that because I think for me, personally, it's important. It might not be for you, but listen to the songs. Put them in my perspective for a second and see how they make sense. Anyhow, that's all for today, and I'll talk to you later.